Thank you for joining this webinar on social investment, sponsorship, and corporate volunteering developed as part of the ESG4VET project. Today's session explores how organizations contribute positively to society beyond their core business activities. You will examine how long-term social investment, community partnership, employee and volunteering and digital participation help create stronger, more resilient communities while supporting ESG objectives. By the end of today's session, you'll understand how organizations can generate meaningful social value through responsible engagement with the communities they serve. Today's webinar is organized into 6 sections. We will begin by exploring the concept of social investment and how organizations support communities. We will then examine corporate sponsorship and corporate volunteering before discussing how digital technologies encourage civic participation. Next, we will look at sustainability, collective action, and methods for evaluating social impact. So let's begin. By the end of this session, you should be able to evaluate how social initiatives affect communities. You will understand the role organizations play in promoting social responsibility. You will also access how digital participation strengthens community engagement and support inclusion. Finally, you will be able to interpret sustainability outcomes and critically reflect on how organizations create long-term social value. These learning outcomes focuses not only on what organizations do, but also on how they measure meaningful impact. Communities today engage with organizations very differently than they did just a few years ago. Digital technologies now allow citizens to participate in discussions, contribute ideas, access public services, and collaborate on solving social and environmental challenges. For example, local governments increasingly consult citizens through online platforms. Community groups organize campaigns through social media. Volunteers register for activities using digital applications. Digital participation also removes barriers. People who may not be able to attend meetings physically can still contribute online, making participation more inclusive. Ultimately, technologies strengthen collaboration between organizations and community, helping everyone work together to a shared goal. Let's now look at social investment. Unlike one-off donations, social investment represents a long-term commitment to providing society. Its purpose is to create lasting positive change rather than immediate publicity or financial return. Many organizations invest in education by supporting digital literacy, promotes scholarships, and professional training. Other focuses on environmental sustainability through recycling campaigns or climate awareness initiatives. Some prioritize health and well-being by supporting mental health services or community resilience projects. The key difference is that social investment creates sustainable benefits that continue long after the initial investment has been made. Corporate sponsorship is another important way organizations contribute to society. In sponsorship, companies provide financial support, equipment, or other resources to communicate events, educational programs, or social initiatives. They may include sponsoring local sporting events, culture festivals, or educational programs. Companies may also support environmental campaigns or digital inclusion initiatives. While sponsorships increase visibility for important social causes, it also strengthens relationship between organizations and the communities they serve. When aligned with organizational values, sponsorship benefits both society and the organization itself. Corporate volunteering takes community engagement one step further. Instead of simply providing financial support, employees contribute their time, knowledge, and professional expertise. For example, IT professionals may teach digital skills to older adults. Engineers may mentor students. Environmental teams could organize local cleanups activities. These programs create benefits in two directions. Communities receive valuable expertise and support, while employees develop teamwork, leadership, and communicational skills. Volunteering also strengthens employee engagement because people often find greater purpose when contributing to meaningful social causes. Digital technologies have transformed community engagement. Social media now allows organizations to raise awareness about important issues much more quickly than traditional communication methods. Online decisions forums encourage citizens to exchange ideas and promote feedback. Shared digital workspaces make it easier for volunteers and organizations to coordinate activities even when they are geographically separated. Digital fundraising platforms have also expanded opportunities for charitable giving. Instead of being limited to local communities, initiatives can now attract support from people across regions and even internationally. Technology therefore expands participation while making community engagement more flexible and accessible. Successful social innovation don't only solve today's problems, they also create lasting improvements for future generations. Environmental responsibility includes activities such as climate awareness, conservation, and responsible resources management. Social sustainability focuses on equal access to education, employment opportunities, and essential services. Collective impact occurs when organizations, governments, charities, and citizens work together towards shared goals. No single organization can solve complex social challenges alone. Collaboration multiplies impact by combining resources, expertise, and local knowledge. When social initiatives are designed well, communities experience many positive outcomes. Education improves through greater access to learning opportunities and digital skills development. Inclusion increases because barriers to participation are reduced, allowing disadvantaged groups to engage more fully. Communities are also experiencing strong well-being. People feel more connected, confident, and supported when they participate in community activities. Digital technologies further strengthen these outcomes by improving communication, collaboration, and access to services. Together, these improvements contribute to more resilient communities. Social responsibility also creates value of organizations. First, it strengthens reputation. Organizations that actively support communities are generally viewed as more trustworthy and ethical. Second, employees often become more engaged and motivated when they participate in volunteering and community projects. Finally, organizations develop stronger relationships with stakeholders including local authorities, educational institutions, charities, and community groups. These relationships improve collaboration and help organizations better understand the needs of the communities they serve. In this way, creating social value also strengthens organizational sustainability. Creating social initiatives is only the first step. Organizations also need to evaluate whether these initiatives actually make a difference. Evaluation includes both quantitative and qualitative measures. For example, organizations may measure participation rates, volunteer hours, or the number of people trained. They may also collect feedback to understand changes in confidence, well-being, or inclusion. Environmental outcomes such as resource efficiency or sustainability improvements should also be assessed. Regular evaluation helps organizations improve future initiatives and demonstrate accountability. Despite their benefits, social initiatives often face important challenges. Participation may not be equal across all groups. Some individuals may not even know opportunities exist. Digital exclusion is another significant issue. Without reliable internet access, digital devices, or digital skills, some people cannot fully participate. Communication also matters. Complex language, inaccessible materials, or poor coordination between organizations can reduce engagement. Recognizing these barriers in the first step can create more inclusive and effective programs. Let's summarize today's webinar. Social investment creates long-term benefits for communities. Corporate sponsorship increases support for important social causes. Corporate volunteering also employs to contribute their skills and expertise directly. Digital technologies expand participation and strengthen collaboration. And finally, successful initiatives depend on accessibility, inclusion, sustainability, and continuous evaluation. Together, these elements create meaningful social value for both communities and organizations. Thank you for joining today's webinar.